this special edition of Vibz N Values Talk Radio 98.5 FM. We also do broadcast live on Facebook, and also you can watch this program live on YouTube. So this is a special edition because we host two beautiful women from the 50-50 group where they come for can discuss the work where 50-50 be done they do over the years, and also but the program where then gets tomorrow. So with me at the studio today, I get Dr. Nimata Majex Walker, when in the founding member for 50-50 group, and also Professor Fred McCormick Hill, when the president 50-50 group. Doc, welcome to True Talk Radio.
Thank you very much.
Prof, welcome to True Talk Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this afternoon we come for can discuss, but the event tomorrow where 50-50 group gets this that the 13th annual RAJIV BENDRE Women in Public Lectures series and cocktail. It happen Freetown City Hall at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So for make we dive more and know what team 50-50 don't they do, I asked Dr. Walker for make it away when they found 50-50 and how waiting the initiative been there about, then work on be done they do over the years.
And I think so all man know, but anyway, because 50-50 done famous over the years.
Okay.
In 2001 we decided say we say for take we rightful place in a society. Because all along, you know, say that the man may not dominate. When you talk about parliament, you get baby man in a parliament, woman they know they did the man they know they give you chance. So we say we want to take we rightful place because God make equal, woman and man equal. But now then they try for discriminate against women then. So we begin first forget we take we rightful place. The time we found 50-50, there were only 8% of women in parliament. So after we found the 50-50, after the next election, after we don't spend the good door, we don't train women them they don't begin learn how for campaign, they don't begin learn how for take part in politics. After that now with the women then stand, we raised the number from 8% to 18%. So it was a quantum leap. So glad for that. So we continue for train women with the advocate for the government change the policies them in favor of women, so women will get equal rights. But now we don't get equal rights too. Now we don't get about 30% in parliament, which is not too bad, but we still effort for 50%.
Okay, so Prof, tell me more about the 13th annual RAJIV BENDRE Women in Public Life Lectures where they happen tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. So RAJIV BENDRE, Nabi, if somebody will be work for the British Council. And through him, now that's any we get the actually first lecture we name him on his own behalf. We name him after him because that's somebody we, in fact, then we call him the honorary woman. As possible, we be really like 50-50 in business. We be really help for promote 50-50 and for work with me during the early days then we just begin. So every year what we can try for do, every year where we hold the lectures, we can try for showcase a popular, well-known, educated, trailblazing woman. So we don't get boku women over the years. And this year we host Dr. STANEALA BECKLEY as we guest lecturer. Dr. BECKLEY and I a trailblazing educator and a public servant. Now possibly we don't work for the Teaching Service Commission, and he don't do boku that in the will, and also we'll get a chance for discuss during this time. But the purpose of the lectures really we can like for showcase somebody we picking them, ki want for emulate, we can set an example, we can help women and girls for no say yes indeed you can do anything where you set your mind to.
Okay. So after the event, una can open for mentorship for young girls them where they attend?
After, well, actually, part of the we school clubs, 50-50 school clubs, and during the so we get some of we students that we dip at the school clubs. We get for CAM, we get for attend the event, and we also they do an essay competition. We get an essay competition on sexual gender-based violence, because as you know, right now we Salona, one of the countries that we observe 16 days of activism of against gender-based violence. So we school clubs where now the students that within various schools we mentor. So they get for CAM, we get for choose one of them. We don't write an essay. We go get a prize during the lecture.
Okay, so Doc, how this year commemoration they represent the movement for 50-50?
Well, we there for empower women them. And we always look for showcase them, and we don't smash the glass ceiling. We don't do well, because we want for let them, as Dr. Friedlin say, let them stand as role model for the young people them. Let them know say a woman can do it, you know. So Dr. STANEALA BECKLEY, he not just work in a salon, he don't work all over the world. Not put on that way. He don't work in difficult areas like Gaza, Afghanistan, where angels fear to thrive. The green zone, I know whether you know about the green zone, the red zone, all inside in there. That dynamic woman we don't do so well. And she's exceptionally good in education. He worked for UNICEF in West Africa, West and Central Africa, all side. So they can explain now the experiences that I make it, they call a lecture, one world, many lessons. They can tell you about some of the lessons that we learn. And he still say we forget plenty students then day, so that the students then go learn, not just adults there normal, so that the students then go benefit from the experience.
Okay, so
and as Dr. Friedlin say again, RAJIV did he worked in the British Council for 19 years. On the 19th year where they left, now we say we they honor them by naming a lecture series in the name. This is a big legacy. You understand? Every time we talk about that, you remember the good way you do. Because we've been in a British Council as head of British Council. It be even now we start. Now give me office space. That's what 50-50 start. We don't begin nothing. Now it start way off. You understand what I mean? Now in fund we now give me office. Okay. That's what the other organization they call it so power.
Okay, so I want to ask 50-50 not only they cater for the one we know to disability, or now they include disability into 50-50?
But they cater for all women.
All women.
And in fact, we want man them for join. I mean, we say 50-50, you understand? Okay. With the culture for all women, what we feel, say we feel so for educate women them, because we want more women them for dinner the boardroom, want more women them for dinner parliament, and more women them for take the rightful place, because women get right for working at any side of this world. So if you get disabled woman, you albinos, in fact now they begin focus on albinos themselves, you understand? Yes. All then disadvantaged groups there with the targets there now, you understand? Because we feel say we work now for empower women them. And even if we get supportive men, we want to come for the training, we could give them training. Because basically what they do now for train women them. For train them in the skills of political participation, for give them leadership skills, so that they go able to take the rightful place in any position where they put them or serve.
Alright. So Prof, I want to ask, right now we commemorate the 16 days of activism for end gender-based violence. So in Thailand generally, every year we celebrate, we don't really try for tackle and try for end gender-based violence.
So as you know, yes, we commemorate them, and you also know, see, we don't pass a lot of laws where they try for address gender-based violence in the country. So we get the Sexual Offences Act, where they be modified in 2019, and one of the reasons that we make them modify them because they be want to get stronger laws and stronger penalties with campaign GBV. So you actually get President Bio, who had been declared state of emergency over SGBV, and one of the reasons we make it declare that state of emergency now because it be boku and a small picking their babies where they be molest and abuse and sexual penetration. So now one of the reasons we make it declare a national emergency on SGBV. Following that emergency day, you be also I mean, a long story, because you get one small picking with them get sexual penetration case, the picking end up for die. You been get one of the key people that we've been there in 98.1, Asma James, we've been take them up. We've been lots of women's movements, we've been go out and march.
Tuesday.
Black Tuesday, that we wear black on Tuesdays for raise awareness. So all of them different activities and actions all contribute to the point where the president declare a national emergency on sexual gender-based violence. After that, you get the legal reform, legal review. We end up forget this amendment of the Sexual Offences Act, where it promotes stricter, harsher penalties against the one that they perpetrate, where they commit violence, and it be also talk say if you're not for compromise. If you compromise, you're equally guilty if you decide for compromise. So we get a law where it's guy for ensure say we reduce the amount of gender-based violence. We also get the GIWI Act. I mean, Dr. Nima just they talk about how we get it's really 29.8% now, nearly 30%. And part of this is because we get a GIWI Act. We also they try for say that we get more women in political positions, and also politics, more women access to financial services, and in the private sector. But the thing is, whilst we get good laws and we don't see political will, we're able for contribute to the things that we really see, in practice, we still get beaucoup challenges. So we campaign sexual offenses, sexual abuse, sexual gender-based violence, school picking away to go school, women where they face harassment, all of them things, and we still see say we get a problem, and we need for make sure say we not just forget laws, but we also need for ensure say the laws are implemented, right? Yeah. So IGR, they do Afrobarometer. We do an Afrobarometer report. We conduct the research during March and April of this year. And during that research day, it tell we say 1 in 10 Sierra Leoneans, they talk say girls, we girl picking them, often or always they face discrimination or harassment in a school. So we see say sexual harassment that is schools then still an issue. We also, but at the same time, we get an increase in people that they talk say if they complain publicly about discrimination in public spaces, then go likely for believe them. So 72% of respondents, 77% of respondents believe say women then go believe women and girls if they complain publicly about discrimination in public spaces. So they show we say the awareness they grow, and because of the legal framework, possibly people that know say okay, yes, we can come forward, we can complain, but we still get cultural attitudes, cultural values where they contribute to the point where people are not really, maybe they're not even, they see them as a very serious issue. You get a majority of citizens, 70% of citizens, where they talk say they're not one day harass women in our public spaces, but we don't say that yeah, so it maybe, but the way how people that they see them, they're not, possibly it can be said they're not even, they see them as an issue. And then finally, the other thing where we see in line with this is even though people believe say they go believe you if you talk say they abuse you, most people still believe say we need for do more. So you get 25% of people that way they talk say the police and the courts, they do enough for protect women and girls from discrimination and harassment, but a majority they talk say the institutions need for do somewhat more, or they need for do much more. So whilst we you give praise where it's due, whilst we are happy for CICE, yes, we get political with the CICE, their laws and legislation, we still need for the work not done yet. We need for do much more. We need for make sure say we monitor. We need for work on cultural attitudes and beliefs where they make like woman can believe say if they beats me, maybe if a man beats me, now because he like me. Yes. So then cultural attitudes and norms, we still need for do some work for let them change. Let people then see say abuse is abuse. and let them know, say, if they abuse you, you can complain, and if you complain, the amount something will happen. So it's not just complaining, it's not just lodging the complaint, but then they follow up on crime. So we need to see how many of the where you don't go complain, almost convictions that you don't get. Waiting at the number of people that we don't convict, where they don't convict because of sexual offenses. So these are some of the challenges where we still face.
Okay, so we then society who say we people like me growing up, me family can tell me say any say who say you there, you know, for talk, who say Monday talk. So then the school club owner gets right now, are they able for teach the young girls them say they need for put on their self-confidence and waiting man they do themselves can able for do them. For me they not be timid when growing up. So when they reach that peak day, then we able for stand up for say yes when it is yes and no when it is no.
So for the school clubs that we get, one of the things that we do, because we believe as 50-50, say not so overnight you train somebody, and not so overnight person go develop their self, not so overnight they get for become empowered, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So now make we want to forget school clubs, because we want to do them from the ground up. We want to let it small school picking and no say this not so as a child growing up, you get a right for talk, you get a right for advocates for yourself, you get a right for if you see something we not a go right, you able for talk bottom. So now make we they do now make we get with school clubs, and now make during the school clubs the first thing we can do when we get the clubs them, we they train the girls them, we they tell them about 50-50, we they tell them about their rights. And we tell them say they also get the ability, you know, anything with the boy picking they do, they're able to do them equally well, if not better. So that from there, then we get constant communication with them. So in fact, earlier this year, you get the kids parliament, and we've been so some of we own picking and at the school clubs been join kids parliament for go talk on FGM. So we get some of them things, some of those types of partnerships as well, for let the students then know say, for let them get an awareness of the issues that we then need for the campaign on this. That be something where then we get concern around, so they'll be able to go inside parliament with the kids parliament and make a statement against it.
All right, okay. So I come to you, Dr. Walker. So I want to ask how this year lecture the shape the future for female in leadership and also activism for women empowerment in salon.
Well, if we get a very dynamic woman, a very successful woman, we don't get so many experiences. When we can't talk about the experiences, we will learn a lot from the experiences. You know, it don't go plenty side women not ever think of going. When you don't hear you say woman they go work in Gaza, Palestine, you don't work in Afghanistan. You understand? You work for UNICEF, you work for all them different places a day. You go for explain to me some of your experiences, so we go for learn lesson for. Now make it say many lessons.
Okay,
one world. Now one world we all day. And I mean, apart from the side of it don't work, Naina the founding chair of the Teaching Service Commission. And when he get that position, he established that commission. They are all the 16 districts of the country. It do very, very well. In fact, then again, the COR, you know, the highest award we did again at this country, Commander of the Order of the Rocket, you know. So, I'm anxious for a liberty they can talk about. Possibility I go learn from her.
I would like for be part tomorrow.
I hope you go. You know, because we go, first of all, we they give them a citation, we will talk about all waiting in at this book where we don't talk about. We present, instead of introducing her, we give them in the form of a citation or explain about all the side don't work out. Just some of for praise them for and boost them up, explain. You know, because really now woman we really admire now 50-50. And every time we select the woman, make I tell you some of the women that we don't do it. Like Aisha Johansson.
Wow.
The first woman we did FIFA, you understand?
Yes.
We don't get Fida Koma, when you say again other powerful woman Zaina Bangura under secretary now man did that you don't do na this world all man they call it for now all in kind dynamic woman and the ambassador Rasikabu all the woman we don't break the glass ceiling we don't do dynamic work all over the world now there with the showcase, you know. It's very, very good because we get one for proof say a woman can do it. You know, what men can do, a woman can do, and sometimes a woman can do it better. And so let the government and let everybody where they recruit, let them know that say woman them not to kitchen no more than for day. Woman them when they at the bottom then they do extremely well. So when they see their example there, they don't go hesitate for the woman them position.
All right. Okay, so this year team na unite to end digital violence against women and girls. And for now, we dey see boku of them thing and when they happen, they see person, they take female picture, it go with them na AI, it go do how we know for do so our 50-50 they work for give support to them women the way they can get issue with digital violence.
Well, we always try. In fact, one of the two I can vex for. Any little thing we be there, they can do 50-50. We get we mandates. We mandates now for empower women for take part in politics and public life. We not there for deal with any really sexual and gender-based violence case because we're visible. They can't be quick. You understand?
Yes.
Because we must be with the Allah on time, they make us visible. So plenty of them cases a day. We can just, I can insist to President Fredley and say, you're busy. Refer them to FSU. Other organizations and the way they plan that, you understand? But because we're so passionate, we can take up the cases that day. We go put press release, we go advocate, we go take up the case, in fact, we've been getting one case recently, we will go for call the Peking, talk to them. You understand? They take up so much of the time per we on training. But we know women's organization and all them problem they will see a liquid problem. So either we refer them or we do something about it when they can come. You understand?
Yes.
Either go to the police or go to the Human Rights Commission. You know, but in any case, we did try for address them. And plenty. It's amazing because you would think that because the government don't put emergency, they don't pass emergency law that it will stop. It's like I was saying that that's they bring and come to the fore. So man, they're not afraid that that's they do more and more. It's a very difficult thing. It's very, very difficult.
Then I just want to add to what Dr. Nima say. You're absolutely so. The theme for
this year, 16 days of activism.
For 16 days of activism, like a very appropriate theme.
Yeah.
And Slawage been do a study 2022, which shows say 64% of public-facing women, that are the women the way they face the public, women the way
where they type or take leadership,
whether inside politics or any leadership position.
Okay.
They find out say 64% of the women that they talk say they don't experience online harassment or threats.
Yes.
So journalists, activists, politicians. So as Dr. Nima say, we get two categories of people that we can count to. We get the domestic abuse, but we also they get the public facing women, the journalists, the politicians, the activists, we also they experience gender-based violence. Similarly, you get for the one them between 15 and 24, you talk about how people then can snap women them and send the pictures them out. And they call that sextortion and where they share you images. That one day that the fastest growing form of abuse for girls and women them between 15 and 24. You also get UNESCO where they talk say 73% of women journalists they face online abuse. Finally, I mean, you get different statistics, but I'll just give the last one. African women, then you get UN Women, we note say African women are 27 times more likely for experience digital sexual violence than women within the global north. And underreported. 70% of women in the talk see where they face online abuse and how they go report them. You're ashamed.
Yes.
So one of the things that we as an organization don't notice, because we did be an woman and we did face the public, we did be an woman and we did try for run for public office, we can try, yes, as Dr. Nima said, we can try for connect them to the right channels. But the other thing where we get a project where we start last year on human rights defenders, women and other vulnerable groups, human rights defenders. And we be try for understand what are the challenges and the way that they face as human rights defenders. We be interview over nearly 163 human rights defenders, and every single one of them talks say they don't face some kind of digital harassment or surveillance. So you see, say that a very prevalent problem in the country. We get a law, I mean, we get the digital
cyber law.
We get the cyber law.
Yes.
And the cyber law now, one of the things that we governments come with for try for address some of their challenges. And yes, the cyber law, they give some recourse, they give some they get an opportunity for people who face cyber violence and cyber bullying for car report and complain, say this don't be. But the thing is, the danger is it can also catch the one the way it can like you also use for silence people there.
Yeah,
so that then two things so you get people that where they talk say, but now legitimate complaint where they complain, but then he use the law can bet you. So in the one on the one hand, yes, we gladly with the law there, but on the other, we also get for monitor the law and how then they apply the law, because the law they can use the law as well for silence dissent.
For silence. So now they educate the woman the one they go meet now then remote areas them for me to understand what the cyber law we get now salon.
So what we actually do we camp on this project, we be one for understand what are the challenge, what human rights defenders then they do in their communities. What's work then they do, how then they manage for protect women in the communities, women and other vulnerable groups. Then we be one for know what are some of the challenges that we then they face. So as then they do their work, they're able to do their work without harassment. We then tell we say boku people then are the they talk say then they face harassment from community members, but they also talk say because of the there are gaps, then get some gaps in the law. So we also try for see what are the gaps within the law, because we work now for try for bring that the awareness of those gaps for bring awareness of them to policymakers, let them know say the gaps, let them know say yes, it's good to have a law, but these are some of the ways where the laws, the challenges where they face in terms of implementation. And then for see how for so ideally we meet with the policymakers for see how for lobby for address some of the gaps that we then face, and for let the human rights defenders and tell policy actors, government actors, these are some of the things that we go out for see on where we want for do for we for let we make sure say this space safe and we before do we work in a way where we don't feel threatened.
So Fambo make a member, he said this is a special edition for 50-50 group where we they talk about the work where they do and also the events where they get to mom. We'll go for a short break. Where we come back, we they talk more.
Dear Dr. STANEALA Beckley, congratulations. It is my privilege and joy to send you this goodwill message as you deliver this really important historic lecture, One World, Many Lessons. We all have lots to learn from you, and I'm very sorry that I couldn't be here in person, but I hope that as you share your story, share your journey, that you will continue to inspire those in the room and those who are outside of the room like myself. Your journey has been one of inspiration, and it's not over yet. So congratulations. Thank you for all that you do. Dear Dr. STANEALA Beckley, congratulations. It is my privilege and joy to send you this goodwill message as you deliver this really important historic lecture, One World, Many Lessons. We all have lots to learn from you, and I'm very sorry that I couldn't be here in person, but I hope that as you share your story, share your journey, that you will continue to inspire those in the room and those who are outside of the room like myself. Your journey has been one of inspiration, and it's not over yet. So congratulations. Thank you for all that you do.
Welcome back to Vibz N Values on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, and also the watch we live on Facebook, True Talk FM. YouTube to Talk 98.5 FM. We continue the discussion. So, Dr. Nimat, I want to ask how listeners, the way they listen, go able for take practical steps them during these 16 days of activism for take leadership roles and also for empower themselves.
Well, for let the listeners they empower themselves, na difficult thing. What me go say, the practical thing we for do, we for try for advocate, we for try for tell them man they are say, Lord in this country, una respect the law, una respect woman, una respect girl picking them, una hands off with girls them. You understand? We got to make sure so we continue that advocacy day, so that them man they are they go know what's in their position. Not to sometimes they go talk say not to man they normally involved in gender-based violence. But me no say that they commit the greatest crime. Baby, need the baby there and they attack them. You understand?
Yes.
So we get for talk to we picking them, we bobo them, we uncle them, we papa them. Then they know say Lord in this country and they not get right, woman not to bat away for the beat. You understand? They get for understand say woman get right for leave. They want the way they go cause them trouble and they online, then the way they plan online abuse, we get for one them.
Okay.
Basically.
Alright.
You know. And I think say most of the training what they do, most of the time we can talk about that. We can try for tell you man and say, una get right. Una get right for take part in politics, una get right for get freedom of speech, una get right for live amicably with everybody. Nobody no get no right for can bully you. You understand? Basically, practically, we can tell them that day. And that we will continue for advocate. We will continue for advocate for let them laws, the way they make laws in this country, for let them implement them. Plenty laws the way people they don't know about. We go for disseminate the laws to people and we go for make sure say government put resources for implement the laws then.
Okay. So, Prof. Redlin, as the current sitting president for 50-50 group, these are the 13th annual events when they get public lectures. So, what are some of these past success stories?
Of the lectures or 50-50?
Yeah, this.
I mean, in terms of success stories, I think, as you know, and as Dr. Nima don't say, one of the main things that how we measure ourselves in terms of success, we measure ourselves in terms of the amount of women that we inside parliament, inside local government, and at all levels of society. I think it's very important for let we know say we not just get focus on parliament alone. We stress on women in leadership at all levels. I mean, we're glad we give talk say that we get a minimum of 30%. I think say people that need for no say that 30% time minimum.
Yeah, that 30% currently they reflect now all the government offices.
We need for make sure say it reflect now all the government offices. We need for make sure say it reflect across the whole board. So not a government, no more private sector back. It get for be at every single level. The political parties, where then they do, and we don't say APC then gets for do their own nominations and things soon. Let the party then make sure say 30%, minimum of 30%. We see them reflected. We campaign leadership. So let it not just be women's leader, treasurer. We want to see a chair, a woman chair, or a woman deputy chair. We want to see them top leadership positions. Let woman then did it.
Even possible a woman president.
Definitely, I know you know. Yes, we want to see a woman president.
Because of space until we get on 2028.
Yeah.
We advocate for that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, at all levels. So that are one. Then the other thing where we also they emphasize is women's economic empowerment. So 50-50 don't notice over time where if you want to compete successfully in politics, you need to get money. So one thing where the politicians always when they tell me, oh, when they talk for 50-50, when they talk say let we run, let we contest, but money not there. So one of the things that we really do as well, we provide financial We get programs and projects where we they do VSLAs. We also they work for
Talk with a VSLA for
Village Saving Loans,
Yeah,
Village
Village
Savings
Saving
Loans
Loans.
Associations.
Yes.
So because we don't say one of the challenges that we women them be they face that for take loans, formal loans, because we get so many, it be really difficult for women to get access to loans because they need for they need for own property, they need for get a man for can sign.
Exactly.
Now with GIWI they talk say women forget equal access to financial they forget equal financial access. But as Dr. Nima don't say, almost women they know this. So we they train women them, we they sensitize for let them know their rights within the law they say, and we also they monitor for see to what if the laws that actually they take any effect. Because we want for see more women. If we want to see more women in politics, we need to see more women economically empowered.
In fact, one of the things we can bother we working on train them, Dr. Fredlin. We don't train them down. Like in turn to we think we'll give them money now for one election. And none in international organization no go fund we for fund the human them. They go fund we for train them. You know, they go get for need money for buy t-shirts, they need money for campaign, all that and we don't get that money, they forget them. So now they make we self say well now. Long help the women and let them learn how to stand up for themselves, for paying money for themselves. Because even though one of the modules they teach them and the training are fundraising skills, almost women, plenty women in the shape for go bigger, you understand? So we they teach them how they go do business and get money for themselves. We go enable them, we go empower them for take part in politics. Politics, dirty game, plenty money involved, plenty money involved.
So,
you know.
So the women economic empowerment seminars or training so una kindu right across the country.
Yes, we get district coordinators in every single district, 50-50 day across the whole country. So those are something where we just did in a Freetown. In fact, most of the economic empowerment activities are outside of Freetown. Where they do. I think see the other thing where I just want to point out, because people can talk say 50-50 now one can give women small power, you go see how then they make panimande. Where you empower a woman, you always say they empower a nation. Because when women get money, that money where they get that extra money, they go spend up and drink. They go spend up power that woman they go spend them on a family. They feed them, picking them. They make sure so the picking them get education. They help the man as well. We get boku man they talk say because now where I don't get money, now me they give me man money. So where we they talk about empowerment and equality, that's something where we want to see, because the whole country they better. As women then they improve, Salon back they improve. We also want to see we parliamentarians, we ministers, any woman and man where they inside power, let them know say as we watch the laws the way they come, let we watch them with an eye of equity and equality. Let we see how we can make them in such a way where woman then go benefit, picking then go benefit, man then go benefit. Let we get to a feminist lens, really. A lens where they look, where they talk, so you don't have to see anybody suffer. You don't have to see any oppression, any side. That's feminism, actually. People like you misunderstand feminism. But feminism is something where they do because you want to let the whole nation rise. You want to fight against injustice, any side you see. So we do talk, say we want to see gender parity and gender equality. And that's something where they benefit women them, man them, picking them, the whole country.
Prof, I'm glad the way you give small talk about feminism, because the misconception they all along people they try for like understand them in a different angle. So now they take some Facebook messages. This one say, as leaders and advocates working to end gender-based violence, how do each of you cope emotionally when dealing with extreme or deeply traumatic cases? What practice or support system help you stay resilient while continuing to fight for survivors' rights and justice? The other person say, what justice would you give to young women who want to enter public leadership but fear the scrutiny and expectation that comes with it?
You want to take the questions now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for both.
Yes. All right, let Antonina go.
Yes, Dr. Nima.
And then I will kind of say.
I think so. You for go first.
All right, no problem. It's interesting.
Honestly,
it's interesting the questions, because this is one of the things that we try for do with human rights defenders. Where you in at this space, it's emotionally draining. You get human rights defenders where they face exhaustion, mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion. They don't gain, they don't tire, then they afraid for their life, because you get people that way they chase them. So now that the harassment with, and they face the abuse with, and they face that something where if you not take time, you could just want to say, you know, it's in go gonna me osafu one, and just lead on me bid and pretend like say I know they see nothing.
because for just listening to that no more, you self they get so much stress. They affect you personally when they listen to her. You are the person, we are the caregiver, we are the support giver. Very, very painful.
So you get forget self-care.
Yes.
You get for take time for yourself. You get forget your family around you, where go, you know, where you can run to, where they face the challenges, where they face. God, for me, God is everything. Prayers. You get for pray. It says the prayers of the righteous availeth much. Ask other people that for pray for you as you self they pray.
Yes.
You also the human rights defenders where we talk to, and we self they see this as well.
Yeah.
Then talk, sit and get a lot of support from each other. Then they reach out to each other. Then they go if somebody don't get sick, he goes sit down with somebody, talk to that person and that person they bear, in the Bible says bear your burden, bear the burdens one to another. So then they actually shoulder the burdens, bear each other's burdens. They shoulder each other's burdens. And then talk say the community back can be a safe space. So as we talk say the communities can be a source of danger, we see say communities can also be a source of resilience. Because not to alter you get forget formal spaces, the community can embrace you. You know, maybe you face danger and somebody will say come to me, I will hide you. So you get a mechanisms where you can take, but a lot is support of each other. Where you they go through something. If I ever for call if I ever for call me auntie, or I ever for call a colleague, I can call Dr. Nima, I can call other people that are the executive, and we can hang heads, we can talk, and can say calm down, you know, we can talk to ourselves and provide us mental and emotional support for ourselves. I think say that are one.
Okay.
You be asked another question.
The other question what advice will you give to young women who want to enter public leadership but fear the scrutiny and expectation that comes with it?
Most of the time, you can tell them, say, you're not a human being, you get every right for take part in politics. Then he always talk, say, oh, they'll go cost me, mommy, they'll do this, they'll do that. We just try to get them to be strong, to know that now they're right. Nobody know for prevent them from taking the rightful place. Nobody know for threatening them. Nobody know for try for intimidate them. So all we try for this, we counsel them, we encourage them, we give them political participation skills. We teach them how to be confident about themselves, how to feel good about themselves, how to use the media, how for talk in public, you understand, how to write a message. We don't give them all that kind of counseling there and all that training there. They can develop some amount of confidence. We go make them say, well, okay, me, like what people say about me, I will stand. And we don't do it successfully because we don't go mad. We don't stand independently. We don't party, no give them the symbol self. They stand independently and then they win.
Okay.
You know. So I know say some women they can talk say me have been ashamed for talking to public. Now then training they wanna give it I make we don't begin so. So me if you say through training, through advocacy, through encouragement, people then they change. And then they lose the fear and they look at others. We don't survive all the scrutiny. We don't know they don't cause the entire, but they still survive and they do well, you know. And they look at their role models and they again and that they help them for survive. And we can always show them examples, you know.
Okay.
Be ethical. So do the right thing.
Exactly.
Part of the reason we make people like you free to go forward is if you don't say you don't do something, we're not correct or it is afraid, now that's when you want for hide. If you want for the in the public space, you get for make sure say you behave in an ethical manner.
Exactly.
You make sure say you're not a compromise, you're not a thief. you are honest, people that are able to trust you, they know say if you talk something you did do am. So that is very important. People that can talk say woman then they shame because then they shame they not can do the wrong thing.
Now that means they're not a thief.
Well, that make them not a thief. It only said some woman they're not a thief. But what we they say?
Majority
If
of
you
them.
want to go inside public space,
Yes.
make sure say you do the right thing. And then it also means it's enough for you comping woman. Online harassment, we don't talk say this is one of the main things.
Thing with the really mostly with the younger
Really
ones
yes.
right now.
So if you see you as a girl, not shape video, you don't say you comping female, they don't video not go shape that video round.
Exactly.
Then you talk, but they talk say what you do wrong. If you stay quiet, you they normalize them. You silence, they allow people to continue for do them. So stand up and do the right thing. Then support the one that we are the survivors. Believe them, protect them, see how for help them for report and for provide for access services. The Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, they don't include cyber this sexual harassment as one of the things that way people can get support from. Now one of the things that now where you can report and then get people that way for help you. So we need for monitor now and then, make sure so they get the resources we then self need for implement them properly, and also for just come alongside people that we don't get a bad experience and support them as well.
Okay, 50-50. I know they give digital literacy to people who know how for go about for use the internet for be safe.
One of the things so this human rights yes, the human rights defenders project where we talk about, one of the things that we do not exactly that. For sure that how for defend themselves then they do the human rights work. For know how for use the internet responsibly and safely, but also for know how for if you they do very sensitive work where you need for be protected, for let them know how for use them in that way there as well. So yes, that's something we really do as part of this project. The project, the IDRC, they fund them, implemented by Kevina Till Kevina in Sweden.
Okay, so as we round up the program now, Prof, now for tell Fambule who side the event get for the tomorrow, the time and all waiting listeners need for know.
Okay, so the events they take place at Freetown City Council. It take place 3 p.m. tomorrow, and we really hope so when I go come. Dr. Nima, if you want to round up.
And we do finish at 6 o'clock. Now from 3 to 6, I also will know past 6:30. And after that, we get wonderful hors d'oeuvre, beautiful food, where they vigor cater, and sumptuous food now go did and we will get cocktails as well.
All right.
And then at the auditorium, so at the main
auditorium, now the event they take place. After that, we come downstairs na the hall, the lobby where they and then we get the reception.
And then I'm not get for pay. It's free. So please come.
Okay, so as founding member and president, waiting go be on a final word to policy makers and for women then for where they aspire for lead, for me them go put the right laws them in place, we go give women more power, we go make go fear against say no need for lead.
Well, we don't get this Gender Equality or Women's Empowerment Act where we lean on all the time. And we they try for sure so many people that we they talk, but people like Dr. STANEALA BECKLEY for say a woman has done it. As long as a woman has done it, other women can do it. Okay. And we they beg the Papa government say, do you wanna try, no wanna stick to it, wanna don't talk on the Jewish law, wanna give you all the support, wanna give you all the assurances, all those wanna don't promise for wanna continue for them. Because we want for wanna know say we women we know they give up, we know say we get it right, we know say democracy na it means for the people, by the people, and of the people, not so. And we know that say people mean man and women. So the same right way man then get woman and forget them. And we for support each other and we for work side by side with each other. Now that's how we believe now 50-50. We not believe so we can overcome the man them. We not make power say we can't go person now we can't team up now on edu. And we not let the man team up now with. So now that we continue for advocate for. side by side, equality, let we all get equal rights for live, because when God make we, God give we equal rights. And as Dr. Friendly say, let we continue for pray. Pray for let Papa God may get the wisdom for realize say woman they get right for play parts in this country. If man and woman join hand together, better go further our country.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Nimata Magic Soka. Yes, Prof, waiting are you find a word?
So I say, Dr. Nima, don't talk nearly everything I go and say. But we gladly for the laws that we get. But we want for make sure say we implement the laws. We also, so for example, we get GIWI, as Dr. Nima say. How do we make sure we see GIWI all the way through? The political parties, now the parties then get for decide, we want for see inside the party constitutions waiting GIWI they see. Okay. We also go and forget inside the actual constitution as well. We want forget inside the constitution, let we get something where they talk, say we get forget gender parity. They call for the zipper system. The system they call for one man, one woman, one man, one woman. If we get a zipper system, inside the constitution, automatically you get you 50%. And we also want for make sure say the laws the way we get, let we do we best for make sure say it absolutely anything we get for impact women and girls we the address them. Okay. So for now, for example, we get Child Rights Act. We not get them pull the components by the Child Rights Act. We say no cutting for children under FGM. 18. Yeah. No, FGM under 18. But we know seen as something we really talk, but human rights and girls' rights, we know seen as something where the impact with girl picking and we know say picking and they die. So we want for make sure say even as we pass new laws, let we pass laws that way they protect women and girls in all areas.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Nimata and Prof. Edlin. So now the program go end today, Vibz N Values. So tomorrow, me will bring this edition to you today. Me na Elfrida Sam, and this is a special edition where we been get we host 50-50 group where tomorrow then get a public lectures na Freetown City Hall. And they encourage all young female woman them for make they attend, even man them say for make they attend, because you will get a lot for land, and also you will get opportunity for even get a mentor where you go to learn from. So tomorrow me will bring the program country today. Me na Elfrida Sam. Bye bye.
Dear Dr. STANEALA Beckley, congratulations. It is my privilege and joy to send you this goodwill message as you deliver this really important historic lecture, One World, Many Lessons. We all have lots to learn from you, and I'm very sorry that I couldn't be here in person, but I hope that as you share your story, share your journey, that you will continue to inspire those in the room and those who are outside of the room like myself. Your journey has been one of inspiration, and it's not over yet. So congratulations.